go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our free workshop. And today we're going to be covering the simplest way to 6 to 7 figures using three, using three highly converting funnels. It's our 3-step blueprint to making $1 million all on Facebook. So first off, let's talk about who this workshop is for. It's for coaches that want to launch and scale their expertise, coaches that want to get more leads and clients on Facebook, coaches that want to build and implement profitable funnels inside their coaching business. And last but not least, coaches that want to grow and scale to 6 to 7 figures. But before I begin, I created this slide this morning because this is a special shout out to Corey is celebrating his 23-year anniversary. Corey, you want to talk into this?
Give me some love in the chat, y'all. I mean, 23 years. I mean, my wife, I love her. We have 5 kids, gang. I know we don't look like it, and y'all probably shocked y'all like, I had 5 kids. My oldest is 23 years old. Come on, somebody, about to be 20. Well, actually 24. I lost count on him. So that's what happens when you have 5 kids. So yeah, we're gonna have our wedding anniversary is July the 15th. Come on, somebody. That's why we're doing this session today. We were gonna wait and do it later, but I'm going on vacation starting in a couple of days, and we're gonna do just a great celebration there down in Destin, Florida. But yeah, I love what Twan did this on this picture, y'all. He said, I can't believe it's been 23 years. How can I turn this into an offer? Which I laughed at it because it's funny. Because as marketers, that's what we do. We look. If you're gonna take notes, create a narrative around everything you do. All right, so that's the first note there. So yeah, tonight we're gonna actually share a anniversary special. So for those who want to stay to the end, like I'm not forcing y'all to stay. We're only going to keep y'all for right about 90 minutes. But if you want to stay past, maybe a little past that, maybe 10 minutes past, we're going to share an anniversary celebration offer, which is going to include a coaching scholarship. So if anybody wants to do that, if you like what you see here, if you like to say, hey, look, I want to have Corey and Twan help me implement what they're talking about so I can actually grow my business, we're going to invite you to stay along the journey with us. Like anybody else, if you got something to do, no big deal. It's all good. Go ahead and do what you got to do. But do me a favor, drop in the chat anniversary celebration. Put anniversary celebration down there because we're going to celebrate it. I got something good and something special for you tonight. So, but that's what I see it going. That's what I'm talking about. So, Twan, yeah, appreciate you making this. This happened. He had one of my pictures. We took this in at Lake Travis in Austin. But yeah, we're gonna celebrate that tonight. Go ahead, Twan. Go keep it moving.
Y'all give it up for all the married couples out there. I'm getting married on August 28th, so I'll probably have a wedding special for my wedding too. All right. So what I want to do is, in the past 2 years, we've generated $2.7 million using our free Facebook group. Now, this also includes our clients making well over 4 million. Clients like Angel, he was a fitness coach, came in through Herbalife, didn't have an offer. He made $90,000 in a month. Christy, I call her our parent success coach. She just joined, I think, 30 days ago from our last challenge, raked in 45,000 in ROI already. You're going to be hearing from Christy in just a minute. I really want her to kind of share with you some of the things that she's doing, and she's just doing, really impacting a lot of lives out there. Angela Campbell, 100K in the last 5 months. I loved it because she told us that I finally have found freedom inside my business. But right now, I want to bring up Christy Kennedy. Christy is on a mission to help 1,000 faith-based focused parents accelerate their kids' success without the traditional public, private, or homeschooling. Now, Christy, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you as we kind of bring you up here. I want to kind of walk through this right here. You joined us literally 30 days ago. You told me, Corey, you invested in several other high-ticket programs. You spent over $100,000 in coaching. But I want to just walk through, what has your first month been like? You've brought in maybe 45,000 from your last challenge. Can you talk into that for a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I vested over $100,000, you guys, in a myriad of different coaches at all different levels and masterminds and just traditional coaching, you name it. And in the last 30 days, I feel like I found my people. And when I say that, it's not like I mean, Corey and Twan are great. Their integrity, they're faith driven. They're not just, I didn't know them before this. So you might be like me and you're like, oh, I just saw this pop-up come up and now I'm here. And that's exactly what it was for me. And yet, as a Christian, for me, I'm like, okay, God, I must be here for a reason, right? And as they walk through the training, something similar, I think that you're doing tonight, I was like captivated by not only their professionalism and their integrity and what they were delivering, but then like even right now, I mean, they just explained there's going to be an offer at the end. Like, who does that? And yet, who would not stay till the end? It's a scholarship. It's an opportunity. And so I want to encourage y'all right now. I don't care what you have going. I have 5 kids too. And like, you do what you need to do, but stay on till the end, because I might want to stay on till the end, but I'm already in. But I don't know. I just learned so much from you guys. And the other really, really big thing that stood out to me was once I joined is they're like there and their team is there 110%. Everything that they shared in their offer, it actually, once I was on the inside, was about, I'd say like a 10x, maybe more. I still haven't even unpacked a quarter of what they've given me. And this has been the results. So for me, that's been a huge difference. Every other coach I've hired, it's been, oh, this is their little micro niche and they give you this. And okay, I get that. That's really good. But what about all these other places? What about all these other things that are going to make the difference? Those are gaps. They're missing. And I'd apply the one thing and then still not make progress because I had a bunch of gaps. Corey and Twan's program, it closes all the gaps, you guys. I mean, they're awesome. They're ethical. Their integrity is off the charts, but they actually produce results. And I mean, I love you guys. I'd love to be friends with you forever. But at the end of the day, if I'm hiring a coach, I want to hire results. I don't want to hire friends. Like, I want to be friends, but I'm going to pay somebody who can get me the results I need. And I mean, there's actually 2 more closes that weren't on there, by the way, that just happened.
Today, right?
Thank you, Jesus. Yes. And for me,
y'all give Christy some love right quick, y'all, in the chat, because I know she was just hopping off of a couple of sales calls. She has a busy day. So let's dive into that. So I know you did 45. So tell us about what happened just now. Let me ring the bell. This is the bell that our clients get. So
yeah. Like I told you guys, I have all my spreadsheets and stuff. These are sticky notes. These are actually, I put this up after joining and I'm like, okay, we were talking about my goals and setting them and what it was going to take to start doing 100K months. And I was like, okay, I need to close 10 clients. And like I put them here and we're just, God is doing this. I feel like it's them. I feel like it's what we're doing with our team, but really ultimately it's the Lord. And what I do is I help faith-driven proactive parents shortcut their kids' success through something we call accelerated self-education without traditional public, private, or homeschooling. So kids get like 3 years done in one. Parents save about $350,000 per child. So it's a new way to educate. So we're really changing education as we've known it. And so for me, it's not about the numbers. The revenue keeps us going so we can do more and serve more. And we do a lot of things for parents. We do a lot of do it for you. So for me, it's not like, oh, I just made all this revenue. It's, wow, we can actually impact and change more lives. We can save more people millions of dollars within their family and help kids become holistically successful. And that's what it's about for me.
So good. Yeah, Christy, I'm so proud of you because gang, what we're gonna be talking about tonight and what you're gonna see right after this segment is like Christy has a Facebook group. We're gonna be talking about our Facebook group growth funnel. She also launching challenges. We're gonna be talking about our challenge funnel as well. The same thing that she's doing right now. So how many of y'all want to see that? Like how many of y'all like want to see just after hearing Christy, like, man, $45,000 a month. And what I love about what you just said, Christy, is because a lot of times we launch passion projects before we launch a profit project. And a lot of and what happens is when we do passion, which is great, we don't have enough profit to actually sustain that. So I love what you said, like, hey, look, now I got the money and I can actually do the work that I need to do. And by the way, what I applaud Christy for, y'all, is I want y'all to think about, like, write this down because you're going to hear me talk about this. Take somebody on the journey. Christy is taking her daughter Chloe on the journey with you, and she's like part of your team, right?
Right.
I love
Chloe,
it.
my oldest too, actually.
I love it. I love it. So, like, if somebody's on this call, Christy, and they may be saying, okay, well, hey, I jumped on this call. I know Courtney and Twan's gonna be talking about these $1 million funnels, and they hear you, but maybe they're saying, okay, well, what is it all about? Like, maybe they just want to take the next step in their coaching career, like launching a coaching business, not necessarily joining us, but
Right.
what would you tell them, like, if they're thinking about launching a coaching business? How do they get started? Like, what would you just tell them? Like, hey, here's some key things to get started, like right now.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head a minute ago because I was, as you can tell, I mean, my heart is for people. My heart is to fulfill the calling God's put on my life and stuff. But as a passion project, I was starving, my kids were starving, and I really wasn't helping people because in the way that I know I needed to. So I'd say, like, the first thing is I'm guessing that you're probably going to go through this, but like understanding how to utilize what you have right now in Facebook, in groups. I mean, there's so many free resources, you guys, and you don't like, these guys are genius in organic marketing. That means free marketing, and in setting up a group where you actually can learn everything you need to know about your ideal person you're serving. So each one of you has like a calling, has a coaching, has something that you want to do in your business, and you have people you want to serve. So identifying them, setting them up, and serving them, but then not devaluing what you have to bring. I think that's the other big thing. And I'll be really honest, if I'm fully transparent, when I saw Corey Antoine's post and I joined a challenge about a month ago, I was at a really pivotal place. I literally had started a year previous, and we had a good year. I mean, we were over 6 figures. But I don't know why, the entrepreneurial journey does this, but I was like feeling like I wanted to quit, and I was feeling really discouraged, and I felt like confused and lost. And I feel like that happens at every stage of the game in this journey. And that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people that have been where you want to be and can get you where you want to go. That'd be the last really key pivotal thing. If you want to be a coach, you want to surround yourself with people who have been where you are and can get you where you want to go. And that's like transformational. That's what I did. That's what I did with these guys. And I'm so grateful I did. And what's even better? It's not just me and what that did for our business. It's the lives. I mean, if I could like share with you the conversations these parents and these kids, and somebody asked about special needs. Yeah, I have kids that are on the autism spectrum. I have a child that I was told to institutionalize when he was 5 due to autism, had 7 other labels. Like, this works for everybody. So for me to now be able to help families like transform, whether their kids are gifted, off the chart smart, or have learning challenges or whatever in between, like, I think about, well, what if I had quit? What about these 10 families I'm working with in the last month, these new families? Like, what would they do right now?
Wow.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I love that. Y'all give Christy just a round of applause. Christy, we're so proud to have you on this journey, and praise God that you didn't quit, because there's so many families on the other side of your yes. And I'm speaking to everyone in this Zoom room too. There's so many people waiting on the other side of your coaching, your mentorship, and your offers. Christy, thank you so much for taking your precious time to jump on and just to add value to our community today. You're such
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. You guys, listen up. These guys, I'm going to be taking some notes. I'm going to stay on as long as I can.
Stay on. And
I
Christy,
learn from you all the time.
one of the things that Tawana, and before you get to the next slide and we start this thing, I know Anthony Wade is on, and one of the lines that I heard Anthony's one of our clients. I just love Anthony. Y'all gonna see Anthony's story too in a little bit. I'm glad you jumped on too, brother. But it's one of those things he said, who loses if you don't win? And when you said that, Christy, I thought about what Anthony told us one day, and when he told people on the interview we did, and that who loses if you don't win. And Christy, you're winning right now, and then the people that you're coaching is winning. So bravo to you. Twan, let's kick this off. Y'all ready to get this party started? You ready to see these funnels? You ready to see these things? Drop ready in the chat if y'all ready to do that. Go ahead, Twan. You can kick it off. Back to you, man.
All right. But before finding success, I want to share with you a quick backstory of how we started. That's me serving a 16-year sentence for selling the wrong type of offers, wrong products. You can say I needed a lot of clarity around what I was doing. Corey, 16 years in corporate working in HR. The common thing that we had was we were both slaves to the system. I came out of prison as a slave to the system. Corey was a slave to the system in corporate. We both desired one thing. You know what that was? Type in the chat, freedom. Freedom in our finances, freedom in our time, freedom in our giving, freedom to do the things we love the most. How many of y'all can relate to that right there? Drop in the chat, I will no longer be a slave. Because that's what we were. We were slaves to the system. In 2019, we officially met at a John Maxwell conference, and our dream was to become successful speakers, coaches, and trainers. I was 104 days fresh out of prison. I bought that suit from Target, Corey. I remember that. Corey was planning his exit strategy, and we both thought that, if we get our coaching certification and we attach John Maxwell's name to our brand, we would become instantly successful. But can I be completely honest with you? We struggled for the first couple of years. Some of the challenges we had, number one, was we created based on passion, not on facts. We didn't know when to serve. We didn't know when to sell, especially as believers. We had this serve mentality, but we were scared to sell. We had a winning mindset, but we had a losing business model. We didn't have a winning business model. We had all the optimism in the world, unlimited potential that couldn't be tapped in because the model that we chose. Now that we lacked a lot of clarity around our offers and our avatars, and our message wasn't clear. So it wasn't reaching our audience. We had a poor perspective around making money. So we struggled going from free to free. How many of you can relate to some of this right here? Is it resonating a little bit? Type in yes if it resonates. Because we were very much like some of you on this call right now when we first started off. I want us to make a quick declaration. You can write this down. You can say it out loud, but I want you to declare this over your life today. What I want us to declare is, I will no longer defend what's not working in my business. Okay. We need to give up our right to be right. And sometimes that involves no longer defending what's not working in our business. So I want you to write that down. Okay. Next up, you're probably asking, how is this different from everything else, right? Well, earlier I talked about, we made $2.75 million from our free Facebook group. Well, here's how this is different. You see, anyone can get a coaching certification and create a free Facebook group, but growing, monetizing, and scaling requires not only the right mindset, the right mentorship, but the right methods. What makes this workshop different is we're going to reveal to you the exact funnels we use to create multi-millions in our coaching business. So if you're a coach on this call that wants to achieve 6 to 7 figures faster than ever using Facebook, this workshop is for you. Type in ready if that's it. Okay. So here's what I want you to believe, see, and receive on this workshop. That's building these 3 exact funnels is the #1 secret to you achieving 6 to 7 figures, even if you've never created one of these before, okay? So pay close attention if you want to learn how to implement these, because if you do, you'll be on the path to making 6 figures in no time, okay? So how does it all work? First off, let me answer this question. Why should we choose Facebook, okay? Let me answer this question. Why not? Okay. How many of you recently heard about the platform called Threads? Okay. Maybe you already jumped onto it. I jumped onto it the first day. I heard about 10 million people jumping on the first day. I remember when we joined a very trendy platform back in 2020 called Clubhouse. How many of y'all remember that? Okay.
Any Clubhouse users on here? Or used to be users?
Clubhouse users on here? Okay. I look back and we wasted 4 to 6 hours a day sitting in those rooms, hoping to speak to influencers and celebrities, hoping that something we said would increase our followers. And after months of just getting nowhere, we made a decision to go all in on Facebook. Okay. It was a decision that was hard, and I call it a painful edit, right, Corey?
Yeah, gang, and I want y'all to type in painful edits. And I want you to like internalize that. Write that on your notes. I need to make painful edits in my business in order for it to grow. And we talk to people all the time. And I talked to a guy today. He was trying to do like 5 or 6 different offers. And I just flat out just stopped him in his tracks and just said, look, man, the problem is you got too much stuff going on. For us, we had to make a painful edit. And it was me, Twan, Anthony Wade. It was 2 other people. And we were having fun every single day, wasting time on Clubhouse. And then all of a sudden we said, you know what? We need to stop spending time here and go very, very linear inside like one thing, because we were just trying to increase followers. That's all. Like, how many of y'all know, like, people on Threads right now, they're just trying to get followers. And the lesson is you'll never make a huge impact when you're distracted by small things. And that's what was distracting us. And just because you could doesn't mean you should. Right? So true success is not about doing more. It's really about doing what matters the most. It's kind of like the 20-80 rule. 20% of what you do is going to drive 80% of your business. So like what we're going to talk about tonight is those things, those 20%, or maybe even a 10%, it's going to drive the 90%. So it was a very painful edit, and it was necessary. And I remember, Twan, we had to have that talk with the group. It was a tough conversation because, hey, we were leaving the group and we started forming this bond, right? But we had to go. We had to make a shift.
Yep, absolutely. So why Facebook? I want to share with you a couple statistics from Q3 of 2022 to maybe convince you that Facebook is the path to your success. As of 2022 Q3, there are 2.95 billion monthly active users on Facebook. That's close to 3 billion monthly. Okay. Want to know more? Check this out. 400 users signed up every single minute. 1.62 billion users on average visit Facebook every single day. And this is a very interesting statistic about millennials. In 2021, an estimated 84% of US millennials are active users on social media platform. This is Facebook, making them the largest audience. I didn't know that. Gen X isn't far behind them, as report claims 74% of US Gen X users are on Facebook. 71.43% of the entire population are Facebook users. How many of y'all from the US? Pretty astounding facts here, right? And what about this one? 93% of social media marketers use Facebook ads. That is why you should be using Facebook for your business, my friends. All right. So as we move on, we made our first million using one funnel. That was us making $1 million in 14 months. That award was for our $1 million Facebook group. Okay. And how we accomplished this was from using the first funnel in our training. So if you're taking notes, write down the Facebook growth funnel. Okay. I'm going to walk you through, how this Facebook growth funnel works, because there's a 2-part to this Facebook growth funnel. This funnel was the key to our first $1 million using primarily 80% organic marketing. Okay. So keep in mind, we used organic marketing heavily. We were running about maybe 20% of paid ads. You don't need to run paid ads to have a successful growth funnel, okay? You can run this completely organic. This is what we call a profile lead magnet. What it does is when people land on our Facebook profile, it captures their attention. Notice this was from a few years ago. Our first Facebook group was called Community and Connections for Kingdom Coaches and Course Creators, right? That's Corey's Facebook banner. It has a simple call to action. And in our bio, we believe in less is more. And it has one link that directs a person to, you want to guess, our Facebook group, okay? Very simple growth funnel using a profile, leading them to our Facebook group. I want to give you a little bit more context here on how this works. So when a person lands on our personal profile, they see our banner, they see our content. Based on our content, if it resonates with the audience, they click on our link, we capture their email and give them access to our Facebook group, which gives them free trainings. It gives them access to free resources and strategies to help them grow their business. This right here on my left was our first growth funnel, group funnel right here. It says, join our free Facebook group for kingdom-minded coaches that want to get clients daily. That was our first hook back in 2021. That's how we got started. Our first group name was Community and Connections. You see there, we only had 1.4K members in our group when we had our first $1 million right there. How many of y'all would like to have a simple join my free Facebook group funnel like this? Type in group in the chat.
Yeah, type in group in the chat, gang, because it's really the simplicity of it all that actually makes this whole system work. So if you look at, like, say, we saw about funnel number one, and this is the easiest funnel that you can implement in your business right now. It's the Facebook group growth funnel. Now, a lot of people are sending people directly to the group. You can do that too, or you can use what we call that capture page, which is a landing page. How many of y'all are familiar with landing pages? Just type me in the chat. Like if you're familiar with a landing page, and what I mean by that is something you can create in ClickFunnels, Kajabi, Go High Level, or some type of system, right? The cool thing about the landing page is when we have the send my group invitation there, when they click that, it's gonna ask for their name, their email, and their phone numbers. Now, here in the beginning, I'm just gonna kind of give you a little bit. Here in the beginning, we thought that maybe I'll put the phone numbers is gonna mess up the conversion rate, but actually the conversions actually stayed the same, and we were able now to capture the name, and now we can market email, we can market text, but then more importantly, they come into the group, and the group is the whole hub. So like, right, my group is the hub of my business. And the cool thing about a group, that every 6 or 7 or 8 or 9-figure entrepreneur, if you look at it, they have a Facebook group. And the cool thing, and then Mark Zuckerberg has invested so much in the Facebook group. And you can put as many people as you want in the Facebook group. And that's why the Facebook group is such a great model. It's everything about your business. It's your website, it's your free rent space. So like, write that down, free rent space. And that's always a good thing when you're trying to make sure you're growing profit in your business. Does that make sense? Like, type makes sense down there in the chat if that makes sense. But yeah, like Twan, I like the way you pointed that out. We only had like 1,400 members in that group when we hit our first $1 million.
Yeah. How many of y'all have a Facebook group right now that you're either growing or maybe you're trying to revive, you're looking to monetize that? Type in group in the chat. Just want to get a gauge of who's in the room that actually is a Facebook group owner. Let me see here.
Group.
What's up, Aaron? Yes, group. So we got a lot of Facebook group owners. Revive, Ebony, I see you. Carla, me, group. Okay, so we got a lot of Facebook group owners. Okay.
Well, the Revive, I like the Revive comment, because our group, when we started, it was called Lion Chaser Community. It had 289 people in it. It was dead. Like somebody put the dead emoji down there in the chat. So it was straight dead. We were going live every day. We were trying to, like, that's what my mentor told me. Like, Corey, you need to post 24 hours a day. You need to get inside your group and post in your group. And then you got to go live every day in your group. Our strategy, gang, is so simple that we were posting 2 to 3 times per week in our Facebook group. Let me just say that one more time, because maybe said it too fast, and also for the people in the back, right? So we were posting 2 to 3 times per week. So like, type in 2 to 3 times per week. Because what we had was, write this down, was a content strategy. Like write that down, content strategy. So, and that's why we were using the group. Now I see someone saying, hey, I got a Facebook business page. The only reason why Facebook put the business page out there is so you can actually run ads. Like we have a Facebook business page. We just run ads to it. There's not like a community you can build in there. But the cool thing about the Facebook group is you can have, if you have the right content strategy where you can post 2 or 3 times per week, you can actually now build your business. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna build $1 million business, but like us right now, but hey, it's possible. Because when we first started, our actual goal was 100,000 for that year. And then we hit 100,000 in 83 days because we just had a great strategy. Does that make sense? So there you go.
Yeah, I want to tackle this question too. I know some of you on this call are probably on LinkedIn, Instagram, maybe TikTok, maybe you're on Threads. Here's what I'll share with you. The power of having a group is this. You are able to have a community that you can nurture and that you can actually build authority in. Outside of all the other platforms, you're just chasing after followers, and it's not in a closed community. So for example, I have TikTok, I have Instagram. Everything that I do when it comes to content directs them back to the Facebook group, right? So let's say if I'm on TikTok and I'm doing like maybe a content strategy, I can do a video that says, hey, you know, I just launched a training. Me and Corey just did a free training on how we grew our business to $100,000 a month. And it's inside our Facebook group. If you want the link, you'll go check out in my bio. See, that's the key there in leveraging every single platform is where are you directing them? Don't just jump on every single platform with no strategy. Everything we do funnels back to one thing. What's that thing?
What's that one thing it funnels back to? Like type it in the chat. Everything we do funnels back to one thing. What's the one thing? Group. Angel group. Group. Because even when we went to get our first business account, when we opened our business account about 3 days, about three months after we got our LLC, the lady was asking for our website. Like before we started this, I spent like $2,000 on the website. I spent like another grand or on a logo, and nobody was going to the website. But she was asking for my website. We gave her our Facebook group site to join our Facebook group link. You know, she asked, hey, do y'all really have a real business? So like, yeah, we got one. We just didn't spend time making a website because they don't convert. We just built a Facebook group. And now we just launched a website this year. Like, you know, after we made like $2 million, we then launched a website because people started asking, like, I want to see who y'all are and vetting us a little bit more. Okay. But yeah, that right there, Twan, is just like, we just found like that is the tried and true method, gang. Put tried and true, because when we started this journey, people were saying, don't do it. Don't run a business on Facebook. And they're still doing what they're doing. We're still doing what we're doing, and we're having some fun still, right? How many of y'all want that? Like something that's going to be working just consistently, you know, all the time. There you go. So,
yeah. All right. Question: how many of you on this call are primarily using Facebook to grow your business? Type in Facebook. I know some of you have groups.
Yep.
But if Facebook is your primary social media platform, type in Facebook. All right, so we got a lot of Facebook. I want to show you some results of us staying linear and getting lethal in our marketing when it comes to Facebook, okay? So we launched back in 2021 using Facebook, a dead Facebook group. We revived it, launched and made 100K in 83 days. That Whataburger coupon was actually a mile marker of someone paying us for a training. So if y'all familiar with our story, that's what we got paid with. But we kept that as a mile marker because it was one of those defining moments of, hey, are you going to do this or not? So due to perseverance and just resilience, 100K through Kajabi, then 250, and then we just got $1 million Kajabi award through selling $1 million of our course through that one funnel. Okay, so keep in mind this first stage here, I want you to think about is the Facebook growth funnel. It's a 2-part series where number one, you're using your Facebook profile as a funnel to funnel people into your Facebook group. There's 2 parts. Once they join your group, you capture their email, you give them trainings, you make connections, you grow and you nurture, and then you make offers. Does that make sense there on stage 1 there of the Facebook growth funnel? Now, here's the takeaway here. You can implement our Facebook growth funnel and make your first 100K. Now, it does require you to learn Facebook organic strategies, but I'm telling you, this should be the first funnel you implement in your client acquisition because it's organic marketing. And if you're using Facebook, you need to have this ASAP. Okay. I want you to check out some of our client wins the Facebook growth funnel. Gordon is a business coach that joined us last year, and he implemented our Facebook growth funnel, no ads at all, completely organic, Facebook and a group, and made over 6. Kelsey, a health coach, did the same thing in 9 months. Milan generated 5-figure months and made his first 6 figures duplicating every single thing we did. He literally took our blueprint and just copied, pasted, plugged, and played, and he was able to do that. Here's what I want you to know. If they can do it, so can you. How many of y'all believe that? Type in I can. Type in I can in the chat if you believe that. Here's another cool testimony. Will Roberts joined our mastermind a month ago. He's a 3-time American Ninja Warrior participant. He helps guys with chronic pain and also competed in the American Ninja Warrior. Now, here's the cool thing about Will. He joined the mastermind and launched his group, and within 11 days, did a promo cycle, and all that is just a promotional campaign of launching something new inside his group, and was able to bring in $7,900 in the first 11 days. I love what he said here is, I've joined other high-ticket programs, but didn't experience the breakthrough until working with Corey and Swan. Next up, I want to talk about Malik Brown. Now, how many of y'all believe that it's important to have relationships, okay? This is a perfect story of someone being in the niche of a starving crowd that's yearning for something, right? He's a relationship coach. He helps men with their dating profiles, and part of his guarantee is, I'm going to help you land 60 dates in the first 90 days, or I'm keep on working with you. Before he joined us, he made 10K in 1.5 years. Since he's joined, I had a recent update. He's already made 10K in 1 week. This was a testimony that he posted inside our group, and he did the same thing. Facebook growth funnel leads to a Facebook group, launched a promo cycle, and bam, and 10K is only the beginning. So Malik, if you're watching this later, congratulations, my friend. All right. But I want to share with you a quick backstory here. After we made our first million using primarily the Facebook growth funnel and the Facebook group, we ran into a few interesting things here. And I want to kind of share some takeaways here and talk about some of the results. Okay. So if you're taking notes, after we made our first million using primarily 80% organic using the Facebook growth funnel, these are some takeaways I want to share with you. Number one is every new level requires a new version of you. Okay. How many of y'all are familiar with new levels, new devils? Okay. Here's another one. Be careful not to make too many offers. Growing and scaling is not about making more offers. It's about optimizing and maximizing your current offer that's been selling over and over and over again. The reason why this is so important, I want you to lean in on this, right? Because every time you make a new offer, it requires a new avatar. It requires a new marketing campaign. It requires a new message. Some of y'all on this call are probably thinking, you know what? I get a lot of freebie seekers. I get a lot of cheap people that just can't afford my services. Why not just create a super low ticket offer? Here's the danger in that. You are derailing from your focus here. And if you already have an offer that's been selling, refine it and keep on maximizing that. Okay. Those are some of the takeaways and the challenges and lessons we learned in that first phase. Number 3, implement organic software tools to buy back time. Listen, how many of y'all are doing primarily organic marketing? Type in organic. Can you imagine what that's like, sending out 30, 40 friend requests and then maybe sending 100 DM reach outs every single day? How long can you do that before your fingers grow numb? Nobody has time for that. And guess what? You're going to be burnt out. You're going to be frustrated and you're going to give up really fast. We have organic software tools that are able to do all the heavy lifting for us. If you do organic marketing, find tools that can help you do this. We have this inside our program that really has been a game changer. Number 4, you got to always invest. I don't know where you're currently at right now. You have to continue to invest into mentorship and coaching. You say everybody needs a coach. Do you have a coach? You should have a coach. It's going to really help you stay accountable on this journey because it does get lonely. And number 5, this is very important. Know what you want and why you want it. Because if you don't have a strong why, more than likely when challenges and obstacles come, you're going to give up because you forgot why you started. And here's another thing. You might be chasing someone else's dreams. And if you're not careful in solidifying what you want and why you want it, you might not achieve it. And it's going to be very frustrating. So there's some of the takeaways I want to share with you from that first funnel there and some of the experiences we had. One big lesson was this: indecisiveness is the number one killer in your coaching business right now. Do I do this? Do I do that? What do I do? Should I do this? Should I do this? Corey, I want you to kind of speak into this because we experienced a lot of levels of indecisiveness as we were looking to grow and fail and what should we do next?
Yeah, it's all about making prompt decisions, gang. You can say your brain loves speed because if you think about like, it wants you to make a decision. That's why a lot of times you hear a lot high-level leaders talk about decision fatigue. We were talking to, I guess he would be an 8-figure coach yesterday, had about 2 hours spending with him. And I asked him, I said, man, why you always talking about just these black shirts? He said, you know what? I order 30 of them a year. He said, 30 of them every couple of months, because I don't want those decisions to interfere with everything I'm doing. You see, he knows how critical it is, like to not have decision fatigue, to actually have to know exactly what you want to do. But one of the things I've learned, like even from Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich, is it talks about in the chapter in Decision, it says accurate analysis of over 25,000 men and women who actually did more than $1 million, which is a lot of money at the time, right? Had the same thing of making a decision promptly. Like, right, I need to make prompt decisions. Like that's talking about like all the action steps that you're doing in your business. That's talking about like anything that you're doing with like wanting to work with another coach or want to create an offer, want to create your Facebook group. It's all about making a decision. For us, I remember we had a decision. One of the biggest moments for us was we was going to, a coach had, it wasn't even the coach. He had an offer that was going to create one of the funnels we're going to show you. And it was $35,000. And it was an ACH transfer. And Tuan and I, we kind of waited to make that decision. Tuan, remember, it was the longest decision we made. We waited for like 30 days. And it became like very weird at that point. And our brain was living in double energy. And then all of a sudden we said, you know what? If we invest $35,000 in this guy, do we feel that we can get $35,000 back? And the answer was yes. So you know what we did? Hit the button. That one decision, you're going to see it on the third funnel. It allows us to live a semi-retired lifestyle. And it was the best decision we ever could make, but it just took us a long time to make it. But that was the number one thing we go back and look at. But over this whole time, we've invested over $300,000 in our learning experience. So you might want to say, well, according to how did y'all build a business so fast? Well, the hack was that we invested over $300,000. And that's just to be straight up with you. The cool thing is like with people like Christy, when she joined last month, and I did a one-on-one with Christy, Tuan did a one-on-one with Christy, we can pour that learning experience into her now that we've already got it. Does that make sense? So that's why it's important, because it's not only important for your business, and I'm not saying invest in us, because we'll be okay, but I'm saying invest in yourself in some form or fashion, and you will actually get the return, but also your clients will get the double return. Is that cool? There you go. See exactly there. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. So I want you to write this down as your takeaway here is make prompt decisions and be slow to change once you make it. The Bible is very clear. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. And it goes on further saying anything outside of this is from the evil one. Okay. And how important is that for your word to be bond inside the coaching space? It's just letting your yes and your no be no. When I say make prompt decisions, I'm not making hasty, careless decisions, but pray about it, but also be about it, right? a lot of us make decisions. I hear people all the time say, you know what, I need to pray about it, but it's really just an excuse because they want to say no, but they just couldn't say it. So they use prayer as an excuse to really make a decision, not to make a decision. Okay. Don't be that one.
And everything on this screen right here is because we made one decision. It was one decision to join our first $10,000 mastermind back in January of 2021. And I look back at the decision. If I didn't make that decision, I was already putting in apps to go back to work in HR. And Twan was looking at going to his cousin's restaurant to wait tables at a crawfish restaurant. And that would have been our story over the next 1 year. And we would have never met people like Christy or the people that y'all going to see on the screens in a bit. Now, that's why you want to make prompt decisions. Y'all ready for number 2? Y'all ready to put number 2 in the chat if you're ready for funnel number 2? And I'm going to walk through the first part of this one. Put number 2 in the chat. You ready for the number 2? Number 2 is the profitable challenge funnel. So type in profitable challenge funnel. And there's a reason why I put profitable challenge funnel, because there's a challenge funnel, but not all challenge funnels are made the same, right? And this right here, we implemented this funnel in our business after we made our first million, but it really like accelerated the second million in our business. And look, this one right here was our Launch Your Offer Challenge. I think a lot of y'all that's on here, y'all probably was part of our Launch Your Offer Challenge. We did that Launch Your Offer Challenge last year. And let me kind of walk you through some results here with this challenge funnel. So we would do a 2 to a 5-day funnel. What we found is we found a pretty good little hack at about a 3-day funnel, a 3-day challenge funnel. So like when we look at this is like challenges we launched throughout that year right there. And it was 40 days of challenges and 777,000 in revenue. Okay. Like type in 777K. All right. So this was 40 days of challenges and about 777,000 in revenue. And if you look at like June we ran a 3-day challenge, and that was like 135,000 for a 3-day. Then August we ran a 5-day challenge. It was almost close to $160,000 in a 5-day period. And I'm sharing this with you is because if you listen to what Christy was saying, Christy has a challenge model. She has access to our challenge model right now. And how many of y'all are running challenges? Yeah, how many of y'all have ran challenges inside here? What a challenge is, example of a challenge would be like, for us, it was Launch Your Offer Challenge. So for 5 days, we would go through a cadence, and every day you're talking about a specific subject because you're getting the people that's on there to actually do something. Like for us, it was launch your first offer, your coaching offer. Sometimes people do 5-day weight loss challenge. So like that's what it's a virtual event through Zoom. So like how many of you all have ran like virtual events, maybe like a 2-day virtual event, 3-day virtual event, 5-day virtual event? Just put down me down in the chat so I can kind of get a good feel of who you are in here. So this right here was one of those that it's like a force multiplier to your business. What it does is it's an all-inclusive marketing campaign. So it takes care of a lot of the marketing that needs to be done. So when you think about a challenge, this is why they're so profitable, or virtual event. This is why they're so profitable, because one, it builds your email list and your Facebook group at the same time. So like if you do this right, people are going to opt into it. It's building your email list and it's building your Facebook group. So if you notice, we have 2 funnels already when we're talking about getting email and phone numbers and names. Like this is going to get emails, phone numbers, and names. So it's going to build your email list. So now you got more assets. So like write down, I need to continue to build assets in my business, but it's also going to build your Facebook group. So this goes along with the Facebook group funnel. Number 2 is it turns leads into buyers, because what happens is you're going to get people come in. They want to know you, they want to like you, and they want to trust you. They're asking 3 questions when they come inside your events or your mastermind or your master classes. Do I know them? Do I like her? Do I trust her? You see what I mean? So think about that that's what it's doing. Then number 3 is you present an offer to challenge participants. So at the end of it, people normally want to continue the journey And they will ask you, hey, I want to see your offer. Because during that virtual event, you're helping them with life change. What we're talking about from a coaching perspective, I just want to put this pin here, is everything I'm talking about, I'm assuming that you have something of value to bring to the world. Like, you're not just selling somebody something. It's you can take somebody from point A to point B. Like during a 4-day, 3-day virtual event or challenge, you're taking people from point A to point B, and then they're saying, hey, I want to continue the journey. And then number 4 is buyers naturally ascend to the next level. They naturally do. So when you're taking them there and they can see that you're doing some great work, you're building their trust, and then they're naturally going on the journey.
Yeah, let's walk through a couple of clients that are winning with the challenge funnel. Shamika, she's a childcare coach, made $55,000 in a month, replacing her entire salary running that model. Michelle Diaz, another leadership coach from John Maxwell, he came into our program, and within 35 days, he hit 40,000 using a challenge model. Joanna, she's on track to probably be our first 7-figure earner. She did 72,000, I think it was in December, using a challenge model. Angela Campbell came in, and I think she did 3 challenges back to back and generated multiple 20+K months, and her offer is only $19.97. So you see the power here of the challenge funnel. Next, I want to share with you a quick clip from Shamika Maddox. She was this was her just staying super linear with her niche. And listen to this cool soundbite here.
And then I started to say, okay, well, I really don't think this is my niche because I don't know the message. I don't know how to get through it. And I remember talking to Twan. He's like, you know what? Just stick with it. Do what we asked you to do. Like, go back and revisit it and really say that you give it 100%. I mean, within maybe I think like 3 weeks, I did my challenge and boom, 50,000.
In 1 month.
Come on. I want you to write this down. When you get your avatar right, you get your money right. Right. That's the key there. When we started working with Shamika, she was trying to juggle between, do I do this avatar or do I do this avatar? And you know what I told her? I said, this for at least 90 days. And she took advice, ran the challenge, got linear in her marketing, and bam, 55,000, replacing her entire year's salary as a childcare business owner. Next up, I want to share with you Crystal Mallory. Crystal came in the same time that Christy did, and she launched her challenge and crushed 44,000 in revenue using the same strategies that we've shared with all our clients. And I'm just so blown away by, the results that this challenge. And so if this is really inspiring you and just encouraging you that, you know what, I want to launch a challenge because I want to get similar results like this, I got some good news, because we do offer a challenge blueprint inside this anniversary special, which Corey will share with you. So if any of you are interested in just really learning how to run challenges like Christy, like Crystal, like Angela, Joanna, Shamika, we're going to share more about that towards the end. But Corey, we're going to dive into
number 3.
Next.
But before I dive into the number 3, like, how many of y'all are inspired at least a little bit by those testimonies? These are real people, real results. I mean, like, so type in the chat if that's you. It's like, put yes or whatever you want to put in there, because these are real people, real results. And the cool thing about it is most of the people that Twan show are fitness coaches online, like, which is pretty cool. And and it's like, and they're not in the biz op space. Christy's not in the biz op space. She's helping the kids, right? You got the childcare coach as well. So this right here should give you a little bit of hope, because I don't know what your actual market is. If you want, you can put it down there. What's your niche? Put your niche down there, because what Twan talked about is your niche is very, very important. Your avatar is very, very important. And once you get your avatar right and that offer right, that's how you start getting leads. Like, you won't get the leads right until you get those things right. Okay. So there you go. Like, I see empowering professionals. So they'll type that niche in, Christian trauma life coach. I love it. Keep it going, because God's giving you something, And now it's like, what are you going to do with it? It's kind of like when I was, just you plan your hand, right? You plan what God has given you. So y'all ready for number 3? This one right here is going to this was the one thing that really allowed Twan and myself to now live a semi-retired lifestyle. Okay. Put semi-retired inside the chat. So this is one of those things that you want to implement after you've created about 500K in your business, 500,000. All right. Because this is going to require running ads. So when we first started our business, we started all organic, and then we started running $5 per day ads to start getting our name out and getting us in front of people. Well, today we run ads and we do organic. We use our ads to bring in cold traffic. We use our organic strategy to warm them up. Now, currently, this funnel has created for us an opportunity where every dollar we put into this funnel, we get back about $8 for this whole year, for the last 6 months. And look, we invest a lot of money into this one because this is pretty cool. This one's a pretty cool one. Now, this one is going to require a little bit more heavy lifting, but I want to go through it for you right quick. So this is called the DTA. Put DTA Booking Funnel, all right? DTA Booking Funnel. And what that means is direct to application. So this has been the simplest application funnel out there on the market. Most people that come to me, they say, yeah, I got this VSL, I got this 45-minute presentation, I got this and this and this. And then we show them our funnel. And then all of a sudden they say, what's on it? I was like, well, it's just a direct to application funnel. Because if you do it right, you're going to be able to bring in people and then have people that you can talk to. These are 3 of the ads. And how many of y'all have seen our ads around Facebook? If y'all have seen our ads, just type in there me if y'all seen our ads. So we got a We Need Coaches ad. We got a couple of ads about with our videos. And then we have the other ad that has one of our 2-step posts that you probably have seen. What I want to do is, I'm going to show on my screen right quick. This is what that funnel does for us. So this is my mailbox, and this is 12/31 today. Okay. So all of these are actual apps that comes through. Okay. So all of these are apps. All of them are apps that come through. So that right there is allowing us to really scale our business because we got these apps are coming through. Matter of fact, I think it's unshared. But if you look at it, this is just July. This is actually June, but this is all those days and those times. Okay. So this will allow you now to scale your business at a fast pace, really fast pace. So you can really scale your business at a fast pace by using some form of ad like that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because right now, not a lot of people on this call may be ready to do a book a call funnel, right? So what you are ready for, if you're a coach, easily implementing the Facebook growth funnel, easily implementing a challenge funnel, to do the virtual events challenge funnel. So you can get to a point one day when you want to implement a direct to application. And what application is they fill out all their information to look at working with us inside our mastermind as a client. So, but yeah, that I just want to kind of show you that. So the first funnel, Twan, we made our first $1 million. You can pretty much say, and that first funnel is the same funnel we still work in the background in our business. The second funnel we use it also created $1 million as well, and then we implemented the direct application funnel on top of that. So if you really look at our business, we only use one funnel in the beginning for a whole year, just one, and then the second year we incorporated the second funnel, and then now going into halfway into that second year, right about the end of the second year, we incorporated the third funnel, because what happens is once you get about 500,000 and 750,000 in your business, you'll see what I mean. You're gonna have to change a little bit of your marketing to actually get over that hump to get to that next stage. Does that make sense? So Twan, this has been a great. Have y'all enjoyed this? Have y'all gotten some information out of this? So yeah, just put in the chat, yep, I see yes. Put yes in the chat, because what Twan, anything else we want to share as we kind of close up? I mean, we're not going to, like we told you, we're not going to keep you long tonight, but anything else, Twan, on your part?
Yeah, I would just say that, just number one is just identifying where you're at in your coaching business right now. There's 3 phases. There's the launch, the grow, and the scale phase. Each phase will require a different type of funnel. Some key takeaways as we wrap this up is, number one is you're always going to pay with time or money. Okay. You have to choose your battle plan there. For us, we chose that to pay with time in the beginning. And then slowly, as we started making money, we wanted to incorporate ad spend in there. Okay. So now today, me and Corey run a business where we're focused primarily 80% ad driven because we like time freedom. And then we do 20% of marketing organically. Okay. But if you're in the launch phase, I would focus primarily on 100% organic growth, implement the Facebook group growth funnel, and then start from there. As you start validating your offers and making more sales, now you know that you got an offer that can sell itself. From there, now you are proven ready to run a challenge. Does that make sense? And I also want to say this, the power of having these type of funnels in place, whether that's the Facebook group model where they join and you answer 3 questions. How many of y'all have joined a Facebook group recently and answered 3 questions, right? It's a vetting process. How many of y'all know that not everyone is going to be a good lead for you? Okay. Right. Everybody knows that. Okay. I want to kind of just add some value here before Corey kind of talks a little bit about the anniversary special, right? Some of the reasons why your offer is not converting right now are 3 reasons. Okay. Maybe you got an irresistible offer, but it's not converting. It's probably because of one of these 3 things. I want you to take notes. Number one is you're not solving a real problem. Okay. And if you're not solving a real problem, it doesn't matter what kind of funnel you have. It doesn't matter if you have a challenge, your DTA, it's not going to do anything, right? The first thing is, are you solving a real problem? I want you to write that down. Why is this so important? Is because the bigger problem you have, the bigger the payout and the bigger the pleasure that the client gets. When we first started off as leadership coaches, we wanted to solve a big problem. We thought that leadership was a big problem, and I still believe it is. But the problem was the way we were marketing it. We were just marketing ourselves as leadership coaches, right? Everybody needs to be a great leader for their family, communities, etc., right? We can all agree on that. But the problem was we weren't able to communicate that in a way that to a desire. You see? If I told you, Kimberly, hey, I want to help you become a better leader, Kimberly, you'd probably be like, I know that already, but I can watch YouTube videos. I can watch John Maxwell on YouTube, like, for me, right? But if I start speaking into Kimberly and say, hey, Kimberly, what if I can help you become that leader that you've always wanted to be, that the leader that God called you to be, so that you can make more money, that you can save more money, that you can give more back to kingdom-driven projects, that you can buy back time freedom so that you can spend quality time with your husband, your kids. You can put your kids in private school because the school that they got going on right now, that's not for me, right? You start speaking into these desires and it just changes it, right? So number one, am I solving a real problem, right? If I'm not solving a real problem, people are going to pay me. Number 2, I'm marketing to all the wrong people. 2 types of people, my friends. Let's kind of dive into this. People that you shouldn't be marketing to. The free people. These are people that just want everything for free. And I was guilty of this early on. I thought if I just jumped on everything for free, I got opted in free PDF guide and template, the 1,000 prompt stack for ChatGPT. And I'll tell you, I got a folder right now full of resources that I probably never even looked into. Because you don't pay attention. How many of y'all agree to that?
That's good.
Okay. When you don't pay attention. Know that everything comes with a price, but when you don't pay for it, I promise you, you're not going to get any results from it, because there was never a level of price that you had to pay for this freebie. Okay. All right. So the second person that you need to avoid is the cheapo people. These people, they just want the cheapest price. They want the discount. And yeah, I like cheap stuff too. I like bargains. I like special. There comes a time in your life where you need to avoid freeble people and cheapo people. And not only that, you need to become a product of the product, right? If you want people to invest in you, especially in high ticket, you need to invest in high ticket too. Become a product of the product and avoid these two type of people in your marketing, right? And the last but not least, okay, the reason why your irresistible offers are not selling is people don't like you, know you, trust you enough. Maybe you have some competitors that have way better marketing, but your offer is way better. They just haven't built enough trust in you. Write this down. It takes an average 7 touch points for a person to pull out their credit cards to say, hey, well, Corey, Twan, I see you guys. Here's my credit card. Take money. So just because they say no now doesn't mean it's a no forever. It takes 7 touch points minimum to convert a high ticket client. I hope that added some value to you today. Corey, I'm gonna pass it on to you, bro.
Well, all right, gang. How many of y'all enjoyed this? Enjoyed the webinar so far? Like, put in there me in the chat, and hopefully, like, you took down some great notes. Like, because that right there is gonna time hack your results. If you take what Twan just said, that little bit of part right there is gonna time hack your results, and it's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. Like, how many of y'all want a much easier life and a much easier business so you can have some fun in your life? I mean, how many of y'all want to have fun in your business? Is that you? Put me if I want to have fun. So here's what I want to do is, like, for those who want to stick around, what I want to do is I'm going to share my anniversary offer for you. Hey, what's up, my friend? Thank you for watching our webinar, and hopefully you've gotten some great tips out of the 3 funnels that we've used to scale our coaching business to nearly $3 million over the last 2.5 years. We've used these funnels with our clients. Our clients are using our funnels as well. So just imagine us being able to download these 3 funnels inside your system so that way you can use them. And the only way you can do that is if we get a chance to work together. So here's what I want to do. I want to just share with you a quick offer that we have right now. We have our anniversary special. It was my anniversary, my 23-year wedding anniversary. So here's what I want to do. I want to be able to give you an opportunity to take advantage of what I call a coaching scholarship, which is going to be just a tremendous way for you to get started and you to get going. And along with that, I have some very special bonuses. So if you allow me to share my screen right quick, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen so that way you can see this offer. So this offer right here is my 23-year anniversary offer. It's a one-time $2,300 coaching scholarship. And what our mastermind is called is our tribe of buyers. What I want to do is just kind of break down a couple things that you're going to see inside our tribe of buyers mastermind, and then also show you some client results that you'll have access to right on this site if you just scroll right down. Okay. So first off, we're going to give you what we call our Offer Launch Mastery Weekly Coaching. What that's going to do is allow you to launch and scale that very first funnel that we showed you on this masterclass. Okay, that funnel is the Facebook group growth funnel. That funnel has gotten us our first $1 million in just 14 months, and it consistently runs in the background today. So we continue to use that funnel. It's our bread and butter funnel. It's going to be the one that you actually can use and scale your coaching business, no matter what kind of coaching you do, whether it's life coaching, leadership coaching, relationship coaching, real estate coaching, whatever that may be, as long as it's online and you're using Facebook, we're going to actually help you get that launched and scaled. You're also going to get access to our Facebook group 7-figure scaling course. That is the exact system with all of the templates and everything that you need to grow organically, to actually grow your group, to grow your profile, to put everything, all the pieces that you need put together, to find your avatar, to build your coaching offer, to price your offer. So imagine being able to price your offer as a luxury brand. What I want you to kind of think about yourself as a luxury brand from now on, where you're not just pricing offers for $30 an hour, $100 an hour. That's not scalable, friends. We want you to actually go to the market with a $2,000 or $3,000 coaching offer so you can actually scale your business to 10K and beyond. A lot of our clients are using this. We have clients that went from a $1,900 offer when they first started working with us and now are selling $20,000 offers. All right. Next thing you're going to get is our Launch Your Profitable Challenge Blueprint. What that is the exact blueprint that we're using right now to do 6-figure paydays in just 5 days. So you heard from Christy in the beginning of this call. She's launched her challenge. She made over $45,000 just last month. That was in June. We have Crystal who made like over $50,000 just last month in June. We have Angela who did $37,000 as a health coach. Like, these are health and fitness coaches, gang. Besides Christy, Christy works with parents and kids. We also have Joanna who did a $72,000 month, and she's over $400,000 just by launching profitable challenges. So we're going to give you that whole blueprint so we can get that installed in your business to get you started and get you launched as well. We're also going to have one-on-one accountability and support. You're going to have this, that you can book unlimited one-on-one calls with our team when it comes to your avatar or your offer or just marketing messages in general. Imagine having to have that access to a team. We have a done-for-you ChatGPT offer and marketing support call. So for you joining our mastermind, we're going to do a done-for-you solution for you. So that way you can just walk away with everything already pre-done. How's that sound to you? Sounds good? So we're also going to give you 12 months of our Go High Level software with tech support. This is essential because if you go to Go High Level website, I would say go there now. Go, if you want, you can pause this video, open up another browser. If you go to Go High Level, you'll see that Go High Level is $297 per month, and it takes care of everything. It has your email automations, your text automations, your funnel, your websites. You can build unlimited funnels, unlimited websites, unlimited courses for your clients, right? But you can go to that and you'll see that alone is a $3,500 value when you add it all up. I think it's like $3,564. But what we're going to do is not only give you 12 months access to that for free, and you're going to get all of our funnels downloaded inside your system already. We're going to give access to our tech support team, the same tech support team we use with our Go High Level support. You're going to have access to those people. They have 2 live calls every single week, and they have a Facebook group just specifically for Go High Level. Okay, so in addition to the weekly calls that you're going to get with Twan and myself, and Robert, who's our client success director, who's going to do organic marketing, and our sales coach who's sold over $4 million. We're also going to give you access to our tech support team on 2 calls so you can get on, so you won't get bogged down with tech stress. We're going to give you access to our Launch Your Challenge workshop. We did these workshops literally about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's going to show you exactly how to launch a profitable challenge within the next month. How's that sound? Getting launched in the next month so you can, guess what? Pay your interest in the mastermind. I'm going to show you exactly how you can pay your way into the mastermind without using your money by launching the challenge and then allowing other people to pay for you because they're going to become your clients. So if you follow our system, you can actually have people pay for your entry into our mastermind by you just launching your challenge and launching your offer. Does that sound okay? Now, for those who are hot starters and ready to go, when you talk to our team, and if you're ready to go, I'm going to make myself available to do a rapid business breakthrough call with you. It's the exact same call I did with Christy. You heard Christy on the beginning of this call. We got together on the call. I tweaked her offer. We tweaked her way how she did her challenges. And then in June, she did $45,000 in her challenge. Okay. Now, all this together, I would tell you, it's really around about $79,000 worth of value. But you're not going to pay $79,000 worth of value. You're not even going to pay the regular everyday cost of $12,500 for this mastermind. What we're going to do is we're going to give you not only a coaching scholarship and then some. The only thing you have to do is book your call. The cool thing about booking a call is you're going to talk to a couple of folks. We have Lena, who's our client concierge, who's not a salesperson, which you're going to be talking to first. She's going to be that person where you can answer. She can answer all the questions you have before you get on any type of strategy or sales call or anything. All right. We want to make sure that you're comfortable. We also want to make sure that we can help you. Like, we just don't want you to just book a call and join our mastermind. We want to make sure that we offer you all the opportunities to get everything that you know about Twan and myself. Is that okay? And because we want you to just hit that button down there. You're going to book a call, which is right here, book an information call. You'll talk to Lena. Lena's going to kind of she's going to talk to you and ask you questions about your business to see if we can actually help you. And if we can help you, she's going to move you to the next step if and only if you want to move to the next step. Does that sound okay? So as you're talking to Lena, she's gonna talk about what you're trying to accomplish. She's gonna ask you about your growth strategy right now. And then if you move to the next step with Mark, I'm telling you right now, we're getting rave reviews about Mark. All of our clients that went through Mark, they absolutely love Mark, because what Mark is going to do is call a business breakthrough call too. He's going to be there to help not only like find out what's going on inside your business, but he's also going to help you build your faith. A lot of people that come talk to Mark, they're selling $30 coaching offers per hour. They're selling $100 per hour. They're not making the money that they deserve to make from their God-given calling. But Mark is there to like really help you and help you move to that next level inside your thinking. Now, at the end of Mark call, if you want to move forward and join our coaching program, we'll love to have you here. We'll welcome you here with open arms. Now, at the end of that call, if you decide, hey, you know what, this is not for me, that is perfectly fine with us as well, because we're going to be blessed already in our business. And then we're just blessed to have contact with you. Is that cool? Is that fair? So what I want to do is let me just kind of scroll down, just kind of show you what you're going to see at the bottom of this page. And I ask that you vet us as you're looking through this. So as you scroll down, you're going to hear a little bit about who Twan and myself is. You're also going to know a little bit more about what you're going to get in our mastermind experience. And then you can hear from some of our award-winning clients. All right. So I'm going to just show you this. You can scroll. This is what I call our client success wall. So as you go down here, you'll see life coaches, leadership coaches, health coaches, fitness coaches, wellness coaches, dating coaches. You know, I want to point this person out right here. Malik made like $10,000 in his program for over a year and a half. I just got a message from Malik that Malik is at $14,000 in the last 13 days because he just implemented some processes. I'm telling you right now, he's on fire. He's a dating coach. And so you look at all of these success stories. I want you to just kind of go through here and just vet them and see if Twan and Corey can help you like move your business to the next level. If your answer is yes, book a call and then see if we can actually help you. A lot of times we can help folks. We don't know if we can help you right now, and we can't help everybody. So this anniversary special right now is only good for the next couple of days. You'll see a timer on this website. And once that timer goes to zero, then the anniversary special is out the window. Okay. So if you notice, I'm still scrolling with these client success stories. All right. You get the opportunity. You can actually take time to look through those client success stories. I ask you to do that, to check us out. I also ask you like, hey, book a call, check out Lena, let Lena see what your offer is all about. Also move to the next step, go to Mark and then check Mark out. See if he's all that I told you he is. I'm not going to build him up for no reason. I guarantee you when you get on that call with Mark, you're going to be inspired. You're going to be encouraged. He's somebody that you really can ask any questions to. And if you want to move forward, move forward. If not, walk away. It's totally fine. But I'm really truly thankful that you took the time to watch this replay. And I look forward to seeing you. And what the next steps look like. If you decide to join our mastermind, Mark and Lena is going to put you into a client success thread with our client success team. Our client success team is going to get you integrated inside our private Facebook group. They're going to get the information from you. You're going to automatically, as soon as you join our mastermind, you're going to get access to your course curriculums. So what you can do is just go ahead and start on module 1, which is really getting your mind right. Then move to module 2, which is your avatar and offer. So that way you can book your call with our client success team so we can get your avatar right, get your offer right, and we can start launching your coaching program within the next couple of weeks, okay? You're also going to get just access to everything. You're going to get a step-by-step instruction email. So go ahead and follow that email, and so you can know exactly when and where our calls are. We're going to put you inside a client success chat thread with just all the rest of our clients. So that way you can actually meet our clients, you can talk to them, you can network with them. And then you also have access to all of our calls. Our calls are Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you'll be able to access those calls as soon as you join, okay? In our private Facebook group, you can look at all of the replays. You can get replays from all of our coaching calls from the last 2.5 years, which is available for you inside our private Facebook group, okay? I look forward to seeing you on the onboarding call. You know, Twan looks forward to seeing you on an onboard call. We're looking forward to meeting you on one of our next coaching calls. Twan and I are involved in our coaching program. We take a personal look inside the program. We really walk you through step by step. We're there to help you. You can talk to us on a weekly basis. You can ask us questions. We're there to help you, my friend. So welcome aboard. Please book your call down below. Hit the button, book your call. It's as easy as that. Do it before the timer runs out. I'm telling you, my 23-year anniversary is going to knock your socks off. Check it out. I guarantee you're going to love it. Okay? Well, all right. Until then, I'll see you, my friend. Keep pushing and towards your dreams and keep going at it. Hold your image of your emerging future. You're worth it, my friend.